Hello, welcome. Hello, everybody. How you're doing? Hopefully, you can see us, hear us, all of the good stuff. For the first time, we're actually starting to stream these now, as well as obviously releasing them to YouTube as we already do. So if you're watching on Twitch, hello, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, hello, welcome. You're about a day late. So if you do want to watch these on YouTube, of course, I mean, you're probably watching now. It's Neokai as always, Any0KAI. On Twitch, it's exactly the same. Who would have thought? But we are back. It's been about a month since we were last at one of these. Maybe even a little bit longer, actually. We've been both pretty busy bodies. But welcome back. Twiggy, good to have you on again. How you been doing, man? It's been maybe like a month and a half since we last at one of these. How you doing?
I've been good. You know what? I've been grinding. You know, the grind set.
That's it.
I don't know what other like business-esque words I can use to getting that
grind
bread.
set.
You know,
There we go,
it's
man.
been all good. It's lovely. Things are great. Broke my foot. Been home. You know, this whole time. It's great. Love that.
Yep.
Love that for me. Although it healed up very quick, so now I'm back out and about. Things are decent.
Mm-hmm.
Valorant is going on now. That's all that matters.
Finally, right? I feel like, you know, it's kind of the awkward thing with the latter stages of the year. There's just not a lot on.
Yeah.
Or, you know, there's the odd third-party tournament, but they don't really have as much hype around them. Even like Homegrounds wasn't as exactly kind of widely... Yeah. I mean, a few people got involved, but it wasn't kind of the be-all and end-all. But finally, we're starting to get kind of official Valorant back underway, back kicking. I guess we'll start with kind of recent-ish news is probably the better way to kickstart things. I mean... I think our first thing we could talk about is kind of what we've been up to. You know, we've also been doing a little bit of work in towards 2023. We've been working together for the first time on Polaris. Yeah. We've had 2 days so far.
Yes. 2 days, and they were absolute bangers.
Maybe two of the best, to be fair.
Yeah, honestly.
Not just because we were there.
Yeah, exactly. Not just like good matchups. I feel like actually going into it, I thought it was going to be one of the less eventful days, or less eventful 2 days, because I mean there was Bonk versus Focus, but apart from that it was kind of, it was never like, it was just kind of you know, like kind of some of the
easy,
it was top versus bottom with Apex versus Hookahs. It was like, you know, some of the lower down teams in Vamonos and Human Tripwise and stuff like that, but it was like somehow two of the most competitive and best days we've seen in Polaris so far, and I honestly, our next one seems even more insane.
Yeah.
So
I think, if we're right in saying, our next cast on Polaris, which is the 6th and 7th, if I'm right in saying, so it's the Monday, Tuesday. I don't know, days are a weird thing. I know the dates. As a caster, all days blend into one. You know the days, like the dates because of your calendar.
I know it usually works somewhere between Saturday and Tuesday. That's about it.
Yeah, in that rough vicinity. Yeah, exactly. I'm really good with dates, but what day of the week that is, I don't really have a clue.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, I think 6th, 7th. We're back then, and I think if I'm right in saying we get Lotus in the pool for the first time, or it will definitely.
I think it's being added to the patch, but I think we're not allowed to use it.
Oh, it's just in the patch, but not actually allowed in
I don't
competition.
think it's allowed until the week. Or it might just be for the playoffs. I'm not sure.
Ooh, okay, all right.
They said something like February 20 something.
We're on the new patch though, which is at least, you know, that's at least on something. Patch. But I mean, while we're on the topic of Lotus, what are your thoughts on it so far? I guess, you know, it's not really new news anymore, but it's new here in terms of I mean, I guess it's just been in competitive queue for a week and a half now. I think I want to say roughly about a week and a half. Have you had many chances to play it or anything of the sorts?
Not a lot. I got on it in the in the influencer kind of patch, and then I haven't really played it much since. But it feels like I don't know. It feels like they kind of learnt their lesson from people hating Breeze and made a very compact map, and also it has 3 sites, and it's a little bit scary. I don't know. It's good. I like it. I don't. It's kind of a standard map. It feels like some people hate it, some people really like it. It's one of those ones where it's just it's whenever a new map comes out, it's like everyone hates it for a while, and then people will start to like it. I haven't really seen any like I usually when a map comes out, it's like, yeah, cool. I might like it or not like it. I don't really care. The pros are the people who I'm interested in their opinions. I haven't really seen any opinions from pros.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting, right? Because VCT Lock-In is the first time we get to see it properly in the comp pool, I want to say. I mean, I think so.
Tier 1s.
Yeah, for the first time we've seen it properly. I don't know if any other regions are playing. I don't think they are. I think everyone's basically following the same format. So hopefully we're not seeing any kind of any of the VRLs playing into it. But yeah, she should be interesting. I personally quite like it. I mean, I think I like the refreshing change. I actually always kind of like Split as well. So when Split got taken out, I was actually a little bit annoyed because it's one of the few maps that I actually kind of really enjoyed. So when Split got taken out, I wasn't too happy from a playing sense point of view. And yeah, and then when Lotus gets added, I'm like, okay, you know, this one looks funky. You see kind of the fly around, you're thinking, all right, it's a little bit weird. I got a chance to go on the influencer patch as well. I was in the Goose House influencer tournament as well, which was pretty fun. And to be honest, I quite like the map. I actually think it's really solid. I've played it in quite a few of my ranked matches, and I think I'm yet to lose. Not saying by any means I'm a good ranked player, because most definitely not. There's a reason I commentate. But yeah, I actually really enjoy Lotus. I think it's a very fun map. I like the gimmicks. I always think, you know, one of the things that Valorant does really well is that they're kind of gimmicks that well worked into making kind of, well, I think they actually increase the skill level. I think as much as people like to hate on them, like the kind of the loud doors that you have, or like the breakable door between the two sides, I think all of that can really, you know, play on people's skill levels. So I actually really like Lotus. I'm very interested though to see how this map gets played in tier 1 though, because I think it's extremely open. I think certain individuals are going to thrive on it. People who are amazing lurkers. So, which actually makes me really interested for Polaris, because I think Chihuahua is probably one of the best lurkers in all of tier 2. And I think that's just going to play into his pocket massively, right? So it does make me think about what the compositions are going to be as well. I saw a lot of Breach in the Influencer tournament looking pretty good. In the ranked matches, I've seen Breach used quite a bit. I've seen KO being quite strong as well. Who else have I seen? Phoenix actually looks pretty decent on towards Lotus. I've seen a lot more Phoenix, especially with the changes now. We're going to see shuffles everywhere. You know, there's no longer the chamber meta, thank God. Fuck that. That was so boring seeing Chamber just destroy every like ranked game or every tier 1 game. I'm glad they kind of have kind of nerfed him. I mean, I don't think it's been the most catastrophic nerf by any means, but
no.
I'm glad to see the changes here. But it does also make me kind of question how things are going to be heading in towards VCT, what the compositions are going to be like. I don't know. What are your thoughts though, right? Because we don't really. What meta do you think we're going into now? I think I saw a conversation about this on Reddit the other day. Where do you think we're leaning in terms of who are like must picks?
Well, I think Jet is obviously a must pick now.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's no, I mean, on maybe on Pearl, no Jet. But double duelist is starting to become a little more viable. Yeah. You see a lot of Jet and Reyna, Jet and Phoenix, stuff like that. So, you know, I enjoy Jet a lot more than Chamber as a operator player or, you know, an anchor player.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I mean, double initiator is still really strong. I think there's no reason not to run a KO and a Sova on like Ascent. But I think it's one of those metas now. It's very well balanced at the moment, and I think it really all depends on the map you're playing. So going into Lotus, I could see a double Sentinel being good. I think
Cypher could be quite good on Lotus as well, actually.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Killjoy lineups as well. So I think Killjoy is going to be very viable. I think double initiator will always be strong just because of the increase in attacking utility. Yeah. But it's all going to be kind of up to the way teams want to run it, because I think right now double duelist is viable. Even though I hate to say that, because that goes back to 2021, you know, Sentinels era gameplay. And I mean, double initiator is viable. I think double Sentinel is becoming viable again. Double controller not on Pearl, I don't think. But
I can see double controller coming through. Not Pearl though.
Obviously, it's still viable on Breeze and stuff, but that's not in the game anymore. So
true. Hey. What's your thoughts on that? Happy, sad, Breeze? I
never liked Breeze.
I quite liked it. I thought it was quite fun.
I think after it got patched and there were actual places you could anchor on site.
Yeah.
It was better. but I've never really liked it, honestly. Personally, it's not my favorite kind of map. It's always just an operator anchor map. It's very boring. I think there's no real, like, there's 2 strats. Well, actually, there's 3 strats. It's literally just go B, go A, go mid.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's always just the same Viper walls everywhere. One to cut off A site for the defenders, and one to cut through mid. Oh, sorry, one to cut off A site for the attackers, and one to cut through mid for the defenders. It's really boring. I don't know. I've always thought it's just so 2-dimensional of a map. There's nothing interesting about it, in my opinion, apart from the fact that it's massive. So I don't know. I don't know. It's one of my least favorite, and it's not just because like everybody else just hates Breeze because it's Breeze, and you know it's always been one of those maps that everybody hates. It's not that. It's just it's boring for me. It's so boring. Like a lot of the times, what I like about a map comes from when I watch games, pro games, and I'm like, wow, there's some real variety of strats here. Pearl is really interesting because there's so many different ways you can get about a map, and there's so many executes you can put down on different sites depending on what agents you pick. Breeze is the same every time. It's a Viper, it's a Cypher, it's a Jet player now, or a Chamber back in the day. Still Chamber now, maybe a KO and a Sova, and then you just that's it. You just do things. It's always the same though. Like there's no variety that can be brought about on Breeze, in my opinion. So it's just I'm glad it's gone. I think if they rework it, it's gonna take a lot of reworking.
Yeah, to make it a different map, it's gonna take a lot. I don't really know how they change it. To be very honest, so we actually might not see it for a while. It might actually be a case of where instead, rather than bringing Breeze back, it's just a case of they just make a new map, which I don't think is actually too bad. I gotta say, actually, when you think of the last 2 maps they added, Pearl and Lotus, I mean, both of them are very funky. And I think widely have been liked after they've kind of gone through their testing period. I think obviously everybody complains when new maps come in, like you were kind of talking about. But I think once they've kind of gone past the initial kind of rough patch of, you know, the first month of ranked or the first official tournament, then everyone's like, actually, these maps are right. I think people are now kind of feeling that with Pearl, where it's like, actually, it's actually a pretty good map, and it allows for actually very complex strategies and teams to kind of set up really interesting compositions on it. And it kind of, you know, depends, because like, you know, I've even seen things like Neon be played on towards Pearl, which is not always the most common anymore. Teams even using Phoenix nowadays. I think Kaiko is using it recently in Polaris. So hey, I mean,
Kiko apparently.
It's Kiko. All right.
Yep, it's the one nobody was saying. I was saying Keiko because I thought it was like supposed to be Japanese.
Okay.
So it'd be Keiko.
To be fair, there's a CS player called Kei, and he's called K. So
and then obviously
Kaiko.
Everyone was saying
well.
Kaiko because that makes sense, because that's a Germanic way of saying it, because EI is I. In like German and German languages.
Yeah.
Kiko apparently. Nobody thought of that. Nobody. No. Not a single member of talent thought it was Kiko, but here we are.
Now we know. I'm still trying to find out how to pronounce KPZ properly. I don't know if that's right. I'm still waiting.
Complained about it, but then again, Kiko never complained about either Kaiko or Keiko.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I don't know.
Who actually does know?
It took Harry reaching out to him on his own Twitch page while he was streaming. I think it was. He like went in chat and asked.
Oh, there we go.
Apparently that's how we found out, but he never actually said anything until then. So.
I mean, what can you do, right? You know, I guess he's not saying anything. Yeah, have no real idea. Talk about Lotus. One thing we can talk about somewhat recent is I don't know. We couldn't really seem to find any recent news that was kind of like worthwhile talking about. Everything seems to just be waiting for VCT Lock-In, which we'll get to pretty soon, pardon me. But one thing that we could talk about, new bundle. I think that's probably a pretty good one. We do have a little... Capitalism, right? All our money going down the drain. I gotta say, it looks pretty damn clean. Like, the knife is sick. I gotta say, the animation is damn good as well.
I'm just sad, honestly, because
why?
Because the red one looks great, obviously.
Yeah.
The blue one looks great. The green one looks great. Why the fuck does the purple one have a green trail?
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it looks... I'm sorry. I love the way it looks when you're not swishing it about, but as soon as you inspect it, it's a green trail instead of a pink trail.
Why?
Which just makes no sense, and it makes it look like shit. I'm sorry. Whoever made that choice, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, that is strange.
Missed the mark by a little bit, because I
Let me see if I can find
pink skins.
Okay.
And then I saw the inspect on it, and I was like, oh, I don't want that anymore. That looks.
I can see
that's
why.
Sad.
I'm gonna see why. I mean, I don't know.
understand why though, because the red one has a red trail, the blue one has a blue trail, the green one has a green trail. Why does the purple one have a yellow green trail, like a neon? What?
Yeah,
why?
What's like the thought
choice there?
process? Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I'll see if I can find a video to bring it in, but I kind of looked
at
at.
So sad.
I didn't even see that. I didn't see the whole. Okay, here we go. There might be.
I think George Geddes put up a video.
I think I found one. Right, I'll drag it over. Let's have a look. Here we go. This is just the red one. It seems though. Maybe
that hurt my heart.
Yeah, this might just be the red one. Look if George did it. Right, you said George. Here you go. Oh, I've hit the wrong George.
Oh no, what have you done?
Hit the wrong George. There we go.
Definitely had a video
of it. Yeah. But
no, just the red inspect. Oh wait, no. Yes, he put up different ones in the thread. Yeah,
okay.
The purple one has a yellow trail. I don't
Blue,
know why.
Purple.
How did they ruin it? How?
Also, purple and green don't really go together either as well.
Yeah, it's purple and yellow does not. Yeah, purple and green. It's like a neon green yellow. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that actually
does
does ruin
it. At least go with like
it.
a blue or a. I don't know what other color. Orange even would be better than that.
I kind of agree. I don't like that green. That green and the purple together.
Can see, look at the replies for that tweet and look how much everyone agrees with me. I would like the thing is, right? I collect purple pink skins. My whole inventory is and for the longest time I've been having the pink Sentinels of Light melee and I like it. I think it's all right. People think it's terrible, which is fair. It's an acquired taste. The underhand like that thing.
Yeah.
It's fair. Some people don't think it looks great. This would have been perfect. But no. I really hope that's a bug or something, and they change it. But
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't look like it because it glows.
It glows green on it.
Yeah.
That's
so sad.
They've ruined it. They
ruined it.
It's just something you absolutely hate to see.
You're ruining it. Honestly,
you're ruining it.
Please, whoever made this bundle, please change that.
Please.
I would take a cyan.
Yeah.
Trail. Just anything but neon yellow.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. Not even remotely. What we can do actually, I've lost it. There we go. What else is in there though, which is pretty good. First of all, the first thing I really like to see, 50-50 split with the teams. Supporting the teams is always good to see, right? I mean, I guess we kind of expected a lot of support for teams, especially since they're signing on to the franchising. Yeah. Probably was going to happen in some way, but I'm glad that that's what we're getting. We've got the themed cards for different regions. Again, I think that's pretty sick. I just think it's really cool to see. It looks very clean as well. So nice to see. And a little Vamos spray as well. But overall, I think this bundle looks just really nice. But I think it's also, I think it's the main thing is that obviously it's really nice, but it's just a good way to hype people up ready for the first, I guess the kickoff, right? This is it, the first big tournament of the year. Of course, we've had all the regional stuff. We've had, the start of every single VRL. Doing their bits and whatnot, but it's good to see kind of tier 1 Valve back in action, back underway, and there's a good way to kind of get people hyped up. I always think doing these little bundles beforehand, every game does their own version. Overwatch, I know they do theirs for the Overwatch League, I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing. CS is the same thing as well. Prior to big events, I think this is just a good way of kind of people who have maybe gone astray and stopped playing or stopped, really focusing in. Because, I mean, when was the last time you had a tier 1 tournament? What, 6 months ago? It's been
Champions.
It's been a hot minute, right? So, it's been a long while. Some of the maybe not as diehard fans might have, drifted a little bit. It's a good way to kind of suck them back in, right? And be like, right, we're back.
I would have really liked if they'd have started integrating some partner team logo branding.
I assume that was going to happen.
I'm assuming it's coming, but I would like some gun buddies for my favorite teams. That would be cool.
Who you getting?
I haven't really decided on a favorite team at this point.
I think I have.
You think you have?
Yeah. I think mine's I
don't know, because I don't know if I want to go with just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Na'Vi is exactly. So that's and to be fair, Na'Vi would make sense for me because I have always been a Na'Vi CS fan.
Yeah, well, same here. And I also just really like the organization and especially everything going on geopolitically as well. I'd love to support them in a way. You know what I mean?
I've always also been an underdog supporter.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know. But yes, right now Na'Vi is definitely probably my favorite team, both in terms of their squad and the org. I've always been a Na'Vi person. So
And yeah, no, I feel that.
yeah.
But as bundles go, overall happy with it, right? We're both in agreement. Looks pretty good. Looks decent. I don't really see anything complaints. I wouldn't. I mean, maybe the only complaint I think I saw a few people throwing out was that this just seems greedy at this point, but people were saying they would like it to be not just a knife, but like, a whole array maybe, or a lot more added into it, which I can sort of understand, but that'd be greedy. Come on now. We're here to watch the Val, not for you to get some skins in Val.
Exactly.
But yeah, overall, not too much really else to add on to that. I think it was pretty clean. Also, I like how, it's called a capsule. So it's not a bundle, actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very CS.
Yeah, exactly.
A capsule. Yeah.
Only thing is, do we know the price yet? I feel like I had to look around, but I don't know if I saw any actual price.
They haven't announced it yet, no.
Okay. Any assumptions?
But I'm going to assume it's about $60.
Yeah. But then again, though,
is
$60 is
usual.
normally what they would have for like an entire with like multiple guns, and because there's only one
What about
thing.
the Champions bundles? Those were all $60 ish.
Yeah, true. And also the money, I guess, is going to teams, right, to sort of support them in a way. So
Yeah.
I guess I can.
Yeah, I don't. Now that the teams are actually subsidized by Riot in a way, or that they're funded slightly by like they're given a certain amount by Riot, maybe it's gonna be cheaper slightly. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw people throwing around 45 as a number they would assume.
45, sure.
I was like, okay, sure, I can sort of see that. To be fair,
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd pay that personally.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd. Yeah, for one knife.
Exact one knife.
Three cards
and a spray.
And then one spray. Yeah, I don't know about that. But
I think I'd maybe throw 20, 25. I think even 30. I'd
look, the thing is,
the wallet cringe a little bit.
If that knife had a nicer trail, I probably actually would throw a lot of money at it. Just
I like
to
the
upgrade
animation.
my knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a sick knife. I love it. The like thin design, it's cool.
Yeah.
I love the knife, but yeah.
I'm still waiting for a
variant.
butterfly to come back in my night market before I invest into like another knife, because I didn't get the bundle, and now in hindsight, I couldn't really play Valorant that much on my old PC because it was so old and very it struggled. Is one way to put it. New one though, now I can play and I play it a lot more. So, but I don't really have any skins, so I'm now waiting for any of the good ones. But butterfly is gonna be the first choice. But what we can do is move on to talking about Polaris. Before we do though, just while we are here, I'm just gonna say I normally wouldn't I wouldn't break the fourth wall podcast wise, but just gonna say it is Dream. Thank you for the 2 subs, man. I appreciate that.
Wow,
I'm massive. It is Dream. My goat Sam. Thank you for the sub and the gifted as well. You legend. Yeah. And Jen, thank you for the follow. There we go. You're on YouTube. Come check out the streams. We stream these all.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to check us on Twitter. There's no real. We don't have a plan. We just kind of like, should we do it today? Yeah, go on. So you're gonna have to just keep up to date to us, or follow on Twitch and then put notifications on, and then you'll see when we go live. So I mean, and there's a world also where me and Twiggy will do some watch parties for Polaris too when we're not working on it. We've just been very busy, but we're working the next week coming up in like 5 days time or whatever. And then after that, we don't have anything to the playoffs, so maybe a bit of time for a little bit of a watch party as well. So, yeah. But we can actually talk about Polaris, of course, ladies and gents. Good to see. We'll get it all up. Where we stand in what are we basically like midway through the season now?
Yeah, 4 out of 7.
4 out of 7.
Game days.
We're just past the halfway point. Let's talk through just where we are in the regular season. All right, so those who haven't been following, I kind of just like listed off as you can see on the screen. Apex at 1, no surprises. 4-0 for the most part, just untouched. They've only dropped 1 map. Le Petit Buffon, the new boys coming through the beacons, but of course with some pretty familiar faces. Your Luzzers, your Lynx of the world. Those guys being put up some seriously good performances. They hit 3-1 alongside Focus and HSD, all 3-1. Of course, it's top 4 that go to promotion or to playoffs even, and then the remaining 4, Vamanos, Bonk, and Human Trippers, all 1 and 3 as well. And then Hookahs, unfortunately, rock bottom at 0 and 4. So interesting times because in 2 sections, one result massively throws things off, right? You know,
Yeah.
any of those teams from second to fourth, one loss, and they could then be, you know, all it takes is one of the other, you know, three below them to be within one win of catching up. So,
and
it's very
lot
heated.
of those teams, like Bonk and Vamanos, deserve. So they gave Apex a run for their fucking money last week. Apex barely won that series. Apex kind of got like body slammed in the first map on Bind, and then it went to map 3.
Yeah.
Because Apex is a flawless on Ascent pretty much.
Yeah.
And they won 14-12 on Icebox, just barely. Vamanos are kind of sick, man. Like, I look, Vorwin and Klusha, I didn't really know a lot about them because both of them are ex-Fortnite players.
Fortnite boys. Yeah.
And Vorwin, by the way, is by far and away the most, like it's not even fucking close. The dude is the most clouted person in Polaris he has like 150,000 followers.
Really?
Yeah, no, seriously.
God damn.
It is fucking insane.
Should we bring Vorwin on the pod? Should we?
Let's do it.
Should we reach out? Be like, Vorwin, brother, come talk about your transition from Fortnite to Val.
Yeah, I really wanted to do that interview format that we were talking about as well, where we play it. We queue into casual with like 2 to 3 members of a team, and just pick their brains while we play.
I think that would be quite funny, right? Just kind of have a little wander through. But also at the same time, I think now that like the season started, I think also one thing that's quite nice, I don't know if you agree, but it kind of feels like this season, the talent and the players are a lot closer than previous seasons. I think previous seasons, it just seems so like it's the two different worlds, like so distant. But like there's such a, like whenever there's like, you know, the talent predictions put out every game day, right? You can see the players below having little jibes at all of us and having a little go. I've had a few DMs. I speak to Loza pretty regularly as well. My boy, absolute go. I love Loza. Super nice dude. Speak to him regularly. He roasts me every time I don't pick Le Petit Buffon. But in all fairness, every time I've gone against them so far, they've ended up winning. So he's actually got all the right to do it. Yeah. In my defense, though, I did all of my predictions before the thing even started. You can even go check. I've done every single one of my predictions before game day 1, and I haven't changed any of them. So
wow. I shouldn't have changed most of them because human tripwires.
Yeah. No, because that's the thing, right? It pisses me off if I was to change it the day of or the day before or whatnot, and then it was wrong. That would annoy me. Yeah. But if I'm like, oh well, so that's what I said to Luz. I was like, oh well, I did these like, you know, a week before like we started when the sheet like, initially came out. So you know, these are all from a month ago. So that's my excuse. I don't feel too bad about it. But if I was to get one wrong,
your second half predictions are gonna be insane, dude.
I know. Insane. I know. So who knows? But yeah. So far it seems a lot more close. I think it'd be a good thing. Maybe we can bring on some players and have a little conversation, talk about through this season. It would actually be really cool to kind of have a little talk to some of the players like your Apexes or your Focusers, just because those guys are so experienced on a level above this, which is what we're competing for. So it's kind of like I'd always like to pick their brains and talk about like, you know, you've already been where you're aiming to go. How does it kind of feel to then drop back down in a way? Like
be forced to grind your way back up.
Does it demotivate you, or does it motivate you in a way? Because like, oh, I've done it before, I can do it again. Like, so those kind of things. It'd be quite cool to get on like some of the Apex boys, some of the Focus boys, and just talk like you've already been here. I guess even Limited Bivon as well. A lot of them, like, well, Link for example, he's already been there, so that'd be a kind of a cool one. But what's your thoughts on the season so far? Right, what from what you've seen?
Yeah, I mean it's the best season Polaris has ever had by a long shot, despite the fact that we have barely any signed teams at the moment. Yeah. I've heard that things are going on behind the scenes.
I've heard a few
towards
rumors.
That. I've heard of a lot of people being interested and then withdrawing their interest as well.
It's because of the wages. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just because like
there's no guarantee that a team that you support are going to get into Ascension or win Ascension, especially win Ascension. I think Apex did a good thing in investing in a team because, I don't know. It's a scary prospect, obviously. Focus have always been a tier 2 team. They have expectations limited. I think Apex have actually banked on the fact that they have very good players and they could get into franchising off the back of it.
Yeah.
obviously they will have to go through. Oh man, they'll have to go through the right vetting process if they do make it through Ascension. That's the scariest part.
The
I
thing
think,
is,
for any org.
I think Apex will be fine. How much?
Yeah,
How
no,
much do you
they're
know about
they're
Apex?
A reputable organization.
Yeah, because so from my understanding of Apex, the Norwegian, the org.
Yeah.
They're owned by a Norwegian lady who apparently is like.
Because they were Kingpin, right, back in the day.
Were they?
Yeah,
I
think
know
in
about that.
CS they were Kingpin.
I thought Kingpin was Polish.
I'm pretty sure they were Kingpin.
Wait, King.
Like in 20.
Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking of King Gwyn. Different.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Kingpin. What? Kingpin CS:GO. Or are you
Yeah,
thinking
they
of
had a
King
CS:GO
Gwyn
team.
as well?
No. I'm thinking of Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Wait, hold on, let me check.
Oh, Norwegian. There we go.
For just a
Roster.
couple years, I think they were called that.
Oh, okay. No, actually, they got some really decent players. Hara, Truth, they're still playing. Gru still plays as well. Ake still plays. Oh, okay.
They've been through a lot of rebrands, I think.
Marcellus. When did they stop? Late 2019. Oh, okay. Okay, sure. They peaked at 103. It's not exactly the highest, but from my understanding of Apex as an org, from what I've been told, it's the Norwegian. Obviously, it's owned by a Norwegian lady who apparently is just mega minted. Got loads of money. So I know their CS wages are crazy. So like I know what their CS wages are, and they're pretty damn good. So I'm assuming their Val ones are pretty damn good as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're picking up like Magnum, Mystic, Shadow, who are used to having good, especially is it Mystic who hasn't even played in Tier 2 until now?
I think so. Yeah,
Mystic
hasn't played since. Yeah.
Mystic was never picked up for a VRL team, was he? No, he was still on Fnatic up until Superdome. So yeah, no, dude has never played in Tier 2
ever,
except until
now,
since 2020. So yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna have to put up something decent. I don't think Mystic will have been willing to take a massive pay cut for no reason. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, obviously they're making a big investment because despite the fact that, I mean, well, Polaris prize pool is pretty decent. It's what, 20,000 euros?
20,000, yeah. Is this right? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent. Obviously, an org is not going to be too happy with what 10,000 would be the max winning thing, but it won't be that. It'll be like 8,000 euros for first place.
Yes, yeah.
Although that won't be like a massive, like, well, most orgs would be like, yeah, that's pretty good, but they're not going to be like that. That'll be nothing compared to sponsors. So they're making a big investment, hoping that they get through Ascension at that point, which is a good way to go into things. Speaking of which, where the fuck is Alliance? They said they were joining back into Tier 2. They said they were joining Polaris again. Where the fuck did they go?
Bodog sent me that tweet the other day.
Did they get scared?
Yeah, because they tweeted. Oh, but Bodog, he actually retweeted it the other day. I'll try and find it because it was very funny. But the tweet's still up.
They fucking disappeared.
Yeah, they
hit
said
the
this
fucking and vanished,
bro. Bodog. I saw Bodog retweet it the other day. Please come back,
the
Alliance.
Fucking video of Tyler 1 screaming and then disappearing.
Here we go. I've got the tweet.
Where did the fuck did they go? They flopped and then they left.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll read this out. I read this the other day and it was quite funny. Also, it's also funny seeing the support below it. Throughout the last 2 years, Alliance has been competing in Valorant esports ecosystem. There has been some high highs and some low lows, but at the end of the day, we've loved being a part of this journey and sharing these moments with each and every one of you. We are proud to have helped guide some of the incredible players that you've gotten to see play on the biggest stages, such as Enzo on Fnatic and Cider on FPX. We also retained Desmo, our head coach, as well as Cedar on a full-time contract during 2022 in hopes of rebuilding towards 2023. Today, we want to share the fantastic news that we are more determined than ever to continue investing a majority, if not all, of our FPS budget to stay in Valorant and show that we deserve to be competing in the International League. We'll be building brackets A team that will be explosive, and we are determined to win Ascension in 2023. We know the all fam will be following us on this grueling and amazing journey. Keep cheering for us as we keep brackets A lookout on our socials for updates. Long live Alliance. Yours sincerely, Jonathan Berg and Kelly On, co-owners of Alliance. That was
5 months ago.
Yeah, that was on the 22nd of September 2022. Where you at, brother? Where's it been?
I've not said a word pertaining to Valorant since. No, well, I mean, no, because they're doing incredibly well in Apex. I don't think
Are
they
they?
want
Okay.
to do anything. Like,
Oh yeah, they are. I guess. Yeah, yeah.
I guess circumstances have changed for them. I mean, I don't know.
They're a
Like,
huge org, though, aren't they? They've got some like
yeah.
serious financial backing, right? So
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But by the way, Bodok has done so much for Polaris. By the way, in
Oh
terms of,
my goat.
did you see his tweet? That was like a call to action to NA people.
No.
Like it was like a picture of Will Smith going like this to
Right.
the Polaris thing. EMEA is not just best of one. Let me present to you Valorant Challengers Polaris. We have best of 3, English broadcast, stacked rosters, and actual banger matches. No Challengers NA matches? Watch Polaris instead. We have ex-Fnatic players too.
Where was this? I want to see
If
this.
you just look through Bodok's tweets, it was like it was yesterday, I think.
Was it Will?
It was hilarious.
I'm looking for Will Smith. Ah, here we go. Here we go. I've seen it. EMEA
So
Champions
good.
Best One. That is brilliant. Go and watch and follow Pathfinder.
Good advertising.
Actually, the goat. That's getting a retweet for me. The go Bodor.
Yeah, let me throw a retweet on there.
Actually,
as
the
well.
goat.
That's hilarious.
But the thing is, yeah, long live Bodor, man. That guy does so much for the scene.
Yeah,
actually,
I think he's underappreciated.
oh,
Obviously, he's not a journalist anymore. But,
yeah.
I've
just okay. Are you on the Twitch chat?
no.
Okay, I just got Sam or It Is Dream he just redeemed an IRL word ban of the short form word of this region. So I'm now going to be calling this Valorant League Northern Europe.
Valorant Challengers League Northern Europe. Okay.
Northern Europe.
Sure.
God damn it, Sam.
By the way, okay, so we were given a little bit of an obviously for a while we thought it was going to be VCL. Is what we thought was going to be.
Yeah, I think it's probably not allowed, right? It's probably,
yes.
Do you think it's a copyright like VRL was?
We thought, yes, exactly. We thought it was going to be VCL for a while. That was what Liquipedia was calling it. It made sense. It was the abbreviation of Valorant Challengers League. Very cool. Awesome. We thought for a second that Riot had registered some kind of
copyright,
but
the
registry
thing is,
for that.
What else in gaming is called VCL? I can't think of...
It's nothing to do with like if you register something as a brand.
Yeah, but the way copyright law works, because I know there's a similar thing in I want to say Overwatch, but the way it works there is that the way copyright law works is if you're not in the same field, it's not copyright. It's only copyright if you're in the same field. So like,
I don't know.
Like, what happens if I type in VCL? What is the first thing?
This should be fun.
It just says, did you mean VLC media player? No, I didn't. Vapor control layers for roofs. Like,
wow, cool.
They're not in the same area. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so generally speaking.
Well,
like,
actually, something was VCL in Valorant before.
Oh, was
this.
it? Okay.
The Valorant Contenders League, which was a tier 3 league.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. That was like, that wasn't. It wasn't right. Was that right official?
No.
Okay,
no,
well then.
It's not. But yeah, no, obviously that doesn't matter. But
yeah.
I don't know. They just don't feel like doing it, I guess. And fair enough. We can't force them to do that just for our own sanity. That's their own prerogative.
Yeah.
But yeah, we thought it was going to be fine to call it a VCL, and then we were it was jumped on us in you know how there's
the call before or whatever.
There's a rule
sheet.
book essentially, and it says. You should not use the terms VRL or VCL, and we were just like, oh, cool. And then we were like, okay, so what do we call it now? And there was obviously the abbreviation, the regional abbreviation of the word that pertains to cold things. And that's cool. But also, if you're from outside of the region, you're not going to know what word that is. Like I only know Surge is East. I know Revolution is France. I know Evolution is DAC. That's it. Those are the only ones I know. So obviously it makes no sense that anybody outside of Northern Europe should know what that abbreviation actually pertains to. And then the other option is obviously just Valorant Challengers League Northern Europe. And we have the longest region name.
Yeah.
We have the longest region name.
It's a mouthful.
So it's like, at that point, yeah, the only option is the abbreviation that has been banned. So yeah, we
Yeah.
either do that or we call it Valorant Challengers League Northern Europe, which is just so many syllables, dude.
Yeah. Hashtag
So many.
Pathfinders. Um,
Hashtag Pathfinders,
no,
bro.
exactly.
We are the Pathfinders.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think going back to kind of where we were originally, like Bodog spot on, right? There's just so much like this so far has been probably. I know it will sound so biased coming from us, but like the best region, like we've got so much talent,
it's so good,
and also the format is just leagues better than everywhere else. Like,
despite the fact that there's a team that is 4-0 and a team that is 0-4.
Yeah. Sorry,
it is
side note,
insanely close.
Why the fuck is there best of twos?
Bro,
why does that make?
Don't tell me.
So
Don't ask
stupid.
me. Okay, so we're the
How does that
only
make any
region in
sense?
EMEA that has 8 teams, which makes sense why we're best of 3 and other leagues aren't. But at the same time, who's going to complain if your league's a little bit longer, or maybe you have to fit more games in a day? Just pay your talent more and have 2 sets of talent in one day and play more than a few, like.
Or just do them on more days, right? Like, you know, like we've had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Just make that a standard. We only have that twice a season.
Yeah.
If you got more teams, you know, and you've got more games to cover, like Riot have said it's fine because other regions like us are doing it. Just do that the entire time. Just do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boom, boom.
I think best of ones are the worst possible format that you could ever do in Valorant because I don't know, because one team is always going to be better.
Yeah.
The whole point of a best of 3 is that it evens the playing ground in that each team has a map that they rate themselves at over the other team, and then the other one is random. Best of ones are terrible. They always have been. They always will be.
Best of ones are RNG. I just don't
It's
like
complete
best of
RNG.
Yeah.
It is. Best of 5s are second only in how bad they are to best of 1s. Best of 5s are terrible as well.
Yeah, best of 5 should only ever. This is the same. I say this in CS, like as well. Best of. I just saw that comment. Jesus. Best of 1 exists. Twiggy shits himself. like extreme.
How could you tell?
Best of 5s. I despise best of 5s in competitions that aren't like the best of the best. So the only time I actually even like best of 5s in CS is the only time is when I'd be happy with them is the major final, and they don't even use them in the major final. They use them in like random other tournaments as well.
I think even then best of 5s are scary, especially in CS because they go on for like 6 hours,
mate, like
dude.
9, like
easily 6.
The last best of 5 we had was a 5 mapper, and it went. Well, actually, okay.
Nobody has the stamina for that.
I casted a best of 5 for ESL Prem UK CS with actually the same guys who run Pro Mod, who run Val League NE, and that series, the whole stream. Bear in mind, we only had about 10 minutes of like when the stream goes live before we were on cameras or whatever. The whole stream is 9.5 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No player has the stamina for that. No broadcast talent has the stamina for that. It's a terrible format.
Yeah, I don't like
because but at least that one is fair. A best of 1 is just not fair.
No, agreed. It's just pure RNG. Like one slip. Think about it if it was
unless
a best
you
of
have
1.
The only way I think as a player that makes sense, or as teams it makes sense, is if you have a gentleman's rule to play a specific map against a specific team, but that completely ruins the competitive integrity of the league.
Or the only thing I can see where it's okay, and even then it just feels weird anyway, is like a sort of like a weird round robin where you play them multiple times, so it's kind of like a series anyway. But
yeah, or maybe
it's just weird, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of.
But also, best of 2s are fucking stupid as well.
Best of 2 makes no sense.
Why?
To me.
I've literally never heard of that. It's DAC, right? Does that DAC region do best of 2s? I'm
sure. Yeah,
I'm 90% sure it's DAC because Ozzy, who was in Wave, was telling me about it.
See, the thing is, best of 5 and best of 1 are bad. Best of 2 just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, best of 2, there's like multiple times where like no one would win. Like,
yeah, exactly. In fact, that is specifically engineered to make sure that most people draw.
Yeah, I've never heard of,
because you're gonna pick the map you're best at.
Yeah,
they're gonna pick the map they're best at. It's gonna draw like 90% of the time.
And actually, one of the things that it was Ozzy, and actually Loza mentioned this the other day as well, because obviously he played with Miles, right? So he was part of it. One of the things he was saying about the best of 2 format in DAC.
Oh my god, have you seen the amount of draws that there have been in DAC because of this?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Let me get it up, actually. It's so stupid, right? But, so I was saying this, so I was speaking with Loza about this.
One of the teams has 5 draws, bro.
5 ties, AEX1. I mean, like, what is the point? Like, but no, I was speaking to Loza, and he was saying, right, one of the things about this this format is it allows for teams basically to just not practice like 2 maps.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have like the smallest map pool, which is fine in the DAC season because you can insta-ban. So yeah, you insta-ban basically like 2 maps essentially, and you're chilling. Which is fine, right?
But then as soon as they get to the Ascension, they're fucked.
As soon as they get to international competition, they get rolled. Angry Titans at VRL Berlin. Anyone go and watch back. Everybody shat on them. Everybody. Yeah. Like, they were just like cannon fodder. The only player who I remember actually stepping up was Lime, who is now playing for Focus in Valley Geni. So, yeah, BMS is just stupid. Just look at this. Like, last game day, both games are a draw. Who's satisfied with that? Game day before that. First game, the second game, draw. Like nearly every day, there's a draw. Like who is satisfied as a viewer watching draws?
The thing is, right? Because look, actually, I made the argument that there's 10. Obviously, it's a little more difficult because there's 10 teams. Turkey has 10 teams and they do best of 3s.
Do best of 3s, exactly. I think you should have just more show days, but. Overall,
yeah, wait, what do they do? Let me see. I'm gonna look at the game days. Yeah, they have 4. They have 6 games a day. Oh no, sorry, not 6 games a day. They have 3 days. 3 days.
3 days, 2 games
in a game week.
I mean, that's very doable. Like very. In
1 week, they'll have. So look, they played 14th, 15th, 16th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So they have what, like 5-day or 4-day breaks.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's very doable. Like I think as a player, as a talent. Everywhere.
To be fair, actually, week 5 they're gonna have 3 best of 3s in a day for 2 days straight. That's gonna kind of suck for the talent, but hey,
yeah, that is gonna be rough. I mean, I'm hoping they're getting paid a little bit more for it, but yeah, that's gonna be a long old day.
I mean, they have a lot of sponsors, I think, Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere that's not Northern Europe has a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, we talked about this with the Polaris guys.
Yeah, I mean, I guess another thing.
It's almost impossible to get sponsors as an English-speaking broadcast that isn't tier 1.
Because why would you sponsor tier 2? Yeah, exactly. That like.
Why would Red Bull go? Oh, we'll pay extra money to sponsor Polaris when they
just go and sponsor
the official VCT broadcast already.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so like Northern Europe's in sort of this horrible position where it's like and we've spoken to the guys at the top, like they're not like, so like if you're in DAC, for example, you are the German speaking stream, that's it, right? But like you know, for Northern Europe, they're not competing.
And DAC have a lot of German
sponsors. The sponsor actually like for Maus, the same sponsor who sponsors Maus sponsors the whole tournament. They're like a big German, I think it's a telephone company or something like that. But yeah, like, you know, but for Northern Europe, they're not competing. Like, they're not the only streaming for that thing. They're competing against tier 1. So basically, you've got Northern Europe competing against VCT Lock-In. There's no comparison. When you look at the stats as well, it's unfortunate. And we've also got the horrible thing as well. But like, I say horrible, but we've got kind of the rough thing of where the players, like Northern Europe as a region, both UK and then the Scandies, is a very expensive place to live in. Like, you know, the cost of living's incredible. So a lot of these players don't, you know, the wages aren't enough for them. Like, you know,
without having a part-time job.
Yeah, 1K a month in like Romania, like euros, 1K euros a month in Romania, you're fine. You can live off that. Rent is like nothing. Like, I have a friend who lives in Poland, and he was saying his rent's 150 euros a month. Like, he's chilling. 150 euros in England, I'm sorry, you literally can't find anywhere. Like, you would not be able to live anywhere. Like, I think probably the cheapest I can even imagine finding a place to rent on your own, 500, 400. Like, I mean, it's tough. Like, that's pounds as well. It's like 500 euros plus maybe. It's basically what I'm saying is that the wages are so that's why we don't have as many orgs as well. Obviously, you see here we only have 2, right? Yeah, two orgs, Focus and Apex, and the rest of them, while they're fantastic players, they don't have there's no one's come along who's been able to pay the wages. Which, like, if they went to another region, like East, for example, where the cost of living is way less, they can get these guys involved.
And yeah, this is a side product of which I have no problem with, although it affects my wages as well. Speaking of which, I have no problem with the fact that Riot don't want gambling or crypto sponsors. That is fine by me.
Yeah.
Because I think they're morally reprehensible. Well, gambling is not morally reprehensible, but Valorant is very much geared towards
kids.
preteens.
It's kid friendly, PG friendly, or family friendly, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and at that point, gambling becomes a bit morally reprehensible. But I have no problem with them doing that, but it does mean that we get, because in Northern Europe, most of our sponsors will be betting or crypto sponsors.
Yeah. We've already seen
sponsors that would want to get involved in tier 2.
And we've already seen like both of those two things, both gambling, betting sponsors and crypto sponsors in the last 6 months, less even, shit the bed. FTX
especially
with TSM.
Crypto.
Crypto is
that's
in
the thing,
mud
right?
now,
It's shitty in every way. I think crypto should never be involved in.
Crypto is gambling as well. Like,
yes,
as much as you want to,
it's stock trading on heroin. It's terrible.
You, as much as you want to sugarcoat it, and everyone wants to be like, oh, it's not, it's just unregulated currency. It's just gambling.
And it's still kind of, this part got swept under the rug. It's fucking dreadful for the environment as well. The
massive, like, the heating.
Mining is exactly terrible.
The cooling cost and electricity.
Crypto is. I don't know. I've said it since the beginning of crypto. It's fucking shit in every way, and
it is.
And it was always going to fall apart, and I'm very glad that it did, because a lot of shitty people lost a lot of money.
Well, like people who were investing into NFTs, and you were buying a JPEG image of a monkey in a cool hat.
That's fun.
You're a moron. Like,
houses are usually more of a liability.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did see that tweet. Houses are more of a liability than a picture of a Bored Ape yacht club, whatever it was called. You're an idiot, and you deserve to be in financial trouble for your bad decisions. Now, hopefully, you'll learn. Anyway, massively off topic, but more or less, we kind of touched on Polaris. Also, if you do like Polaris and you like us, we are back on Polaris on Monday and Tuesday, so the 6th and 7th of February. So in a few days' time. If you're on Twitch, that is 5 days' time? Yes, 5 days' time. Yes. If you're on YouTube, that's 4 days' time, because this is going up tomorrow. Wow. But yeah, we'll be back. I don't know what times. What times does it start? Like 6 p.m. UK time, I think.
6.
No, 4. Way early.
Jesus. Yeah. 6 p.m. We'd be finishing at midnight, bro.
Good. How I like it. Time is nothing to me. But
no, dude. Yeah. I work. Okay, so I work. So people who don't follow like all the stuff I work, obviously, because I'm a variety caster, as it were. I work 3 different genres of games. I work Battle Royale, I work FPS, and I work racing. So Trackmania usually starts in the morning, so like 11 a.m. Valorant usually starts in the afternoon, like 3 or 4 p.m. Apex, since I work NA, usually starts at like 2 in the morning. So I don't want Valorant to be later, because then that would be perfectly starting in the morning, starting in the evening, starting in the morning again. No.
It would mess up the synergy in every way.
How it is right now is just fine. I don't want to lose any more sleep.
No, that's fair enough. That is absolutely fair enough. What we can move on to is basically the big boy, the upcoming tournament, which is, of course, VCT Lock-In in Sao Paulo. So, first of all, how are you feeling coming into this one? How are you feeling to have kind of tier 1 Val back on our screens? We start in, what is it, like 12 days? 12 days, something like that? Just under, I think. About 12 days time,
February,
I'm pretty sure.
13th. Yeah. So, yes.
12 days. Oh my God, look at me go.
Hey, there were some complaints about the format being single elimination from the start. I think people.
I also am complaining about the format.
I think it makes. There are 32 teams, bro. It would be an event. It already goes on for almost a month. It would go on for the whole year if we had double elimination.
Yeah. The only
or
thing
a group stage
for me though is I echo the sentiments of other teams of. I might be flying for 15 hours, get there, play one best of 3, and then have to fuck off home. And like I think I've never seen that I've never seen that anywhere else where like it's one shot you're done. I mean, like all it takes is one tech issue, or like, you know, one guy's, you know, wakes up or has a bad night's sleep. One guy, you know, wakes up a little bit ill, and then the entire tournament's done, right? And
that
like
is shitty,
also,
right?
Just on to add as well, another thing that I've always like, that this is for me, is that I think storylines of people who make lower bracket runs are some of the best content you get across all FPS games. Doesn't matter what the game is. Lower bracket runs have always been like, oh my god, they came to the lower bracket, tooth and nail fought their way, backs against the wall. Like, for example, VRL Berlin, that was a story of VRL Berlin. We saw the lower bracket run, and Foot, like, who got dropped into the lower bracket like immediately, basically. I'm pretty sure it's like Vitality, I think it was, and lower bracket run all the way through. So like, and they ended up winning it, right? So like for me, we've seen 6 storylines like that, and I think it sucks not to have that. But I get what you mean. It's hella long if we had it, but.
The other thing is that this is, I think people are seeing this as a competitive event. It's not. It's showing off the teams. That's the whole. It's exactly. A one-off event that just shows off that is it. There is no, like, yes, there's a prize pool, but it's not champions. It's not the best of the best versus the best, where there's going to be probably 16 teams maximum. Makes sense to have double elimination, and I'm sure champions and masters will have that format. This is just take every team, put them together for a bit, make them play against each other, all good, they go home.
That's it.
We carry on with our lives, because the format has changed. This is just a one-off event that is going to be cool to watch. And I think as a one-off event, that's fine. If they were going to do that for masters as well and champions, that would be terrible. But it's not, because look, there are teams in this that will not deserve to play, in my opinion, more than one game.
E.g. Evil Geniuses.
Detonation Gaming. I'm sorry, there are teams that have no good players.
They don't deserve a win. They actually don't.
They and having them, there are teams currently that are just bottom feeders, straight up, that will not win a game, will not win a map, will barely win rounds, and that is fine. This is just showing off all the very cool. Look, there is a team in this event that can't win against any tier 2 teams. Any. Evil Geniuses.
Evil.
We'll talk about that when we do the tier list. But oh my god. Holy shit!
I think
it's just a show-off event. It's fine, I think. For this.
I think people need to. I think when I originally saw it, I was like, Jesus, like that is shit. But I fully agree. Like I think this is not a thing where it's like, you know, qualification to bigger events down the line is, you know, on the line here.
It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. This is just an event where we get to have a look at the teams, the first instance of franchising, and that's what it should be. It should be looking at this and being like, this is franchising. These are the teams. This is the early stages of how the circuit's going to look like in 2023, but it is still in its infancy stages. I do think it's shit for some teams who are maybe going to fly for like, you know, 15 hours, whatever, and they go home. But at the same time,
I do feel bad for Detonation Gaming, who are going to come up against giants and then just go home. That's it.
Yes, exactly. Or, you know, Paper X who are playing Cloud9. I feel for them as well.
Who are EG playing against?
I saw it. Team Heretics, which actually...
Okay, that could be an okay matchup.
As much as it annoys
Heretics will still fuck them over.
Heretics could lose that. That's the thing. Heretics are one of those teams that generally could lose.
I don't think they will.
We'll come to all of this later. We're going to have a little run through. Overall, I think people should look at this in a little bit more of a kind of a, I guess, a more of a nicer, broader perspective as a more of like a hello and welcome.
It's more like
welcome to VCT.
A festival than a
exactly
competition. It's just fun.
It's for all the good things.
It's fun. It's exciting. That's all it is.
But what do you want to start with first? Do you want to go tier list of teams?
I think tier list makes sense before the Pickems.
Okay, let's do that. So what we're gonna do, ladies and gents, guys, gals, and binary pals, Twiggy's favorite again. Of course, we'll always do. We're gonna do a little tier list. Have a little talk through about who we think is where is
sir.
how, and what we can actually do is, for those who are in Twitch as well, it is Dream, I do also shout you out for being a fantastic viewer. You can also sort of, chime in and give us, if you disagree, we may not change it because why not?
Fuck
but
you.
we'll take on your points for sure. So I've also got like, sorry if I blind you, I've got like the dark mode thing on. So maybe dark read. It's called dark read. It's pretty good. Let me. Oh no,
I'm gonna just change anything
makes
that's
everything
white on a page.
yeah, exactly. But it does also like kind of like screw things over. So, but in terms of the order, S A B C. Why is S A B C D F?
Yeah, if we just go in the order that it shows it at the bottom.
Why is it gone F and not E? E.
I guess they really want you to think the teams are shit.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll keep F then.
Keep F. That'll be funny.
Speaking of, starting off with F, EG, get in there, stay in there.
In the bin. I'm sorry. Like,
deserved.
Look, they're obviously, I think their model is going to be, we get
nurturing talent,
up and coming players, and then sell them for lots of money, which is fine. That's cool. But holy shit, you're gonna get stomped.
To be honest, that's what they do in CS as well. Like they've got like I don't know if you've heard of the thing. It's called the blueprint. They call it in CS, and this is the same thing here. It's the blueprint just in Valorant, but in CS they are a meme. Like I mean, they compete occasionally in CS, but it's not that often.
I'm so sad because they have a lot of players that I really like BCJ and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you saw them at Proving Grounds, oh my god, they got stomped by tier 3 and tier 2 teams. They got stomped. They got what? Okay, so let me go through some of it. Where is their first? Okay, so City Boys.
Oh yeah.
City Boys, who is Gucci, Zachary, Okeanos, who is a tier 2 roster, I guess. Yeah, sure. They beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
And then they managed to beat Knights Academy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just about beat Cosmic Divide, and then they got stomped by Sonics and went out.
You do hate to see it, right? Overall, not exactly a dream showing, right? So I think it kind of makes sense to have these guys towards the bottom. Do you know what? Instead of going from like bottom up, let's just go from like just where they are in order, like so. Like, and then we can kind of make an argument. So next one's 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves is an S tier team.
I would agree. I actually really like this 100 Thieves team. I not only like the team, I like the organization. I think structure, they're really, really solid. I always think that 100 Thieves are amazing support staff, like just amazing. Asuna, however you want to say it, I love that guy. I love watching that guy. He's one of those people that, like, when I watch highlight reels and clips and stuff, I always find him very satisfying, very flicky, very like, cracked aimer, zoomer kid kind of thing. But I find it very, very just fun to watch. So I agree. I think I would even probably say that maybe going into VCT, they're actually top 3. I would say the top 3. 100%.
Yeah, top 3. Yeah.
I think it's kind of, I don't think anybody will debate with us on 100 Thieves going there. So yeah. It's simple as that. I mean, you can't really complain.
The talent speaks for itself on that team, and they beat. If you saw them in in home grounds, they were insane.
Yeah. Only thing is though, right? Like I'm trying to let's look at the who are they playing first game? Who have they got? Not that I think they'll lose by any means. I'm just interested to see whether it be.
Well, we'll be going through this.
They got Edward Gaming. My
oh my god.
Poor Edward Gaming.
First seed versus last seed. I feel so bad.
Poor Edward Gaming. I mean, I'm looking.
Could not be a tougher matchup.
Yeah, I'm looking across the board here, and I think Edward Gaming have really, they've really got they've got shafted quite badly.
Who? Let's say they beat 100 Thieves. Who are they up? Foot. Okay.
Rex or Foot. I think Foot.
Rex are another F tier team.
But... Yeah, exactly. We can. I mean, we can actually add them in if you want.
I mean, wait. So what were we saying? 100 Thieves are
S tier. First S tier.
Yes. I mean, they've proven that already.
We're
cool. who's up next.
Who do you want to jump to next? There's the pick of the litter.
Who's coming?
Well,
Just pick one. Go on.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna go random. Global esports, a little bit of different
Global
one.
esports, not F tier. I don't think they haven't really done anything. To like, they've got some good talent on their team. I'm gonna put them D because I haven't. Obviously, they haven't played an event.
Yeah. Also, they're doing something different, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't know internationally it's gonna work. Yeah. That's the only thing for me. So it's like,
but it's cool. It's a cool idea, and they have enough talent that I'd say they're not on the same level as Edward Gaming.
Yeah.
So
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I think individuals are all right. I just think like the team themselves, are they gonna do anything? I don't know. I don't really know.
Look, I'd like to put them C, but I haven't seen them play.
What do you think of this? The storyline of Global versus Vitality is going to be spicy. Thoughts on that?
What storyline?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. What storyline are you on about? Let us know. Let us know. Next, we got BBL.
BBL.
I think a BBL like actually
low C.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they can like they're a solid C, but actually when you look across the board, you can actually make arguments.
Bottom of C.
Yeah, I think they can.
I don't even know if they're C.
Yeah.
They did not do well in what was it they played recently? Hold on, let me check.
Yeah.
They didn't do well. Hold on.
I just really like Aslan.
Yeah, they have cool players, but my God, they've been playing like.
Yeah, they haven't been playing that well actually.
G-Loot Clash.
Yes.
So
yeah.
G-Loot Clash. They were what 5th to 8th. They got beaten by.
It's not great, is it? It isn't.
So they beat 10-star, the Polish 10-star roster. Oh my God!
Oh
amazing.
yes, yeah.
And then they got 2-0 versus Giants, and it wasn't even close.
You do hate to see it. Apparently, okay. I guess you didn't watch the video the owner did. Okay, she watched the video for context.
Go on then. I like that.
Do you have the stream up?
I've got it up on Twitter. You press play at the same time.
Okay, ready. Wait, let me get it up here. I'll count it in. Oh, he's already speaking. Stop speaking. Right. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
If you remember when we had released the Valorant League,
I don't know why I
video,
didn't expect
we had
it
said
to be
that
in
life
Indian.
has come a full circle. We have gone from being one of the oldest teams in Indian esports to now being one of the youngest in the league. I probably didn't know कि ये circle चलते ही रहने वाला है. बताओ तो कैसे? But पहले एक story. तो ये कहानी है from back in 2019.
I definitely didn't.
We were trying to
expect
raise funds for global esports while we were in London. हम हमारे जुगाड़ू स्टाइल में we were hustling to meet as many investors as possible. उनमें से एक investor was of Indian origin. तो हमने सोचा इंडियन कुछ ना कुछ बात तो बन ही जाएगी, especially when he agreed to meet us on very short notice. Remember, this was back in 2019 where we were much smaller than we currently are. When we finally got there and had the opportunity to pitch to him, he patiently listened to our entire pitch with all our passion and enthusiasm, talking about the vision we had for growing esports in India and everything we had built so far.
That's
and what
a good
we plan
point.
to do
I
in the
am
future.
very
patiently sat through our
I'm
overexcited
happy
pitch,
for global
once we got
esports
done,
for actually getting in because it is big
look,
for Indian
what you all have done so far
because they've always
is
just
amazing,
been a mobile
even commendable.
kind of country.
But we have already invested in Team Vitality and we put all our efforts and resources behind them. Nicholas is a great founder. He's from France. He already has the resources and the backing required to make Team Vitality one of the best esports organizations in the world. With due respect, you guys are just two Indian kids sitting and playing video games out of a garage and trying to build this company. While what you'll have done so far is great, do you really think you'll be able to compete against teams like Team Vitality at the international stage and be able to grow with what you'll have done so far? He politely said that because of the investment in Team Vitality, he wouldn't be able to invest in global esports, but
I was going to say, what?
Alternative that we could shut shop at global esports and work with Team Vitality and help them expand to Vitality India. We respectfully declined and left. It's been 4 years since then, and thanks to your support, an Indian organization, Global Esports, is now going to be competing at the world stage against the best of the best. And life has indeed come a full circle. Because at VCT 2023 Lock-In, Sao Paulo, Brazil, our very first match is against Team Vitality, where the loser goes home.
I didn't know that back.
I don't know match mein kya hoga, kaun jeetega, kaun harega.
I mean, they're going to get stomped by Vitality,
and with all your love and support, we will keep fighting. And as always, GE fighting.
Hey man, I actually rate that. Fair play.
Cool. Yeah. Fair enough. That is cool.
I never saw that.
I like the saying no to the investor. That's cool.
Yeah, I never saw that. I rate that. Global esports S tier. I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, look, globally, yeah, I mean D tier.
Should we put BBL D tier then?
Yes, I think we put it D tier, but right at the start of D tier.
Okay.
I think they're probably.
That.
I'm trying to think of other. But
upper echelon of D tier, but lower of C. Okay.
Like midway between.
C9.
A tier. Yeah, A tier.
A, not S?
Nope.
What? I disagree there.
Good.
What? Don't tell me you look at the focus result here.
No, nothing to do with focus. It was the Ludwig Tarek Invitational.
Yeah, true. But I also think as well, like, these guys are just pure memers. Like, I just don't think they ever, like, take anything seriously until it really, like, gets called upon them. Like, just individually. Like, I think, like,
they didn't do Ludwig Tarek. I'm
home
ground. I mean, 100 Thieves fucked him.
Yeah, but I think like Zelsus and like Yay, they've always been like such, like, even like Zeppa, all of them, like, they're just like such meme lords. So
I don't know if they have. I think the thing is, if you're gonna put 100 Thieves, they are not on the same level as 100 Thieves.
I agree, but at the same time, wait, what is their bracket?
Right at the bottom of S tier, if we're putting them in S tier, right at the bottom.
Okay, wait, let me look where they are. Where are C9?
I think.
Paper X. They actually wouldn't even play. They're not even in the same group. I mean, realistically, in terms of who's best, obviously we'll come to this later, but C9 are technically the hard favorites in their group by like an absolute landslide. So
yeah,
we could end up actually seeing them.
T-Rex.
Okay, well, maybe the argument's there, but in my eye, okay, I'll give you this one I think at the
top of A tier, bottom of S tier.
Yeah, the lowest you can put on is yeah. Okay, let's go for random one. Okay, Sentinels.
Top of B tier, bottom of A tier.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I didn't want them.
Good. I'm sorry, Ludwig Tarek Invitational. They were dreadful.
I was gonna say I don't want them any higher than B. I don't actually rate them that highly. I think everyone's coming in and wanking over them so quickly, but they're not that great.
The players are great. They've got Sassy. They've got Pancada. They've got Tens. They look terrible as a team.
They're just not gelled at all.
I don't mean terrible. Sorry, I mean terrible for the quality that they have on the team. Like they did not. They got stomped by TSM. Yeah,
it's very true actually. They just don't look remotely gelled for me. Like they're just not like they're playing like 5 individuals.
Tens not overrated. Tens has not played well for 2 years now.
Yeah, Tens is overrated. I think you actually are right because people still regard him as being one of the best in the world, but he's not. Like
Sentinels have been on a downward spiral. They now have changed their team. They're still on a downward spiral.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to put it all up to Tens because he is still the factor that has not changed about Sentinels, but they've not played well for at least a year and a half now.
Agree.
2 years. They haven't played well for 2 years at all, pretty much. I don't think.
I agree.
Yeah, start with Valorant, they were great, and they never got better.
I absolutely
Everyone
agree.
else got better, they didn't. And yeah, I haven't seen anything out of this that makes me think that they're any better than they were B tier.
There we go. I agree. I agree. Detonation. It's a bit of a
or F.
I was gonna go F. I hate to be mean. Not EG level F though. That's the thing. But I just don't rate. I don't rate this team. Like I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know enough about them to be like really like secure about where I put them. But I would say top of F because they do have good, like individuals in a way, right?
Hold on, wait. Let me check the detonation focus.
I think the highest you could put them is bottom of D.
So they played. Oh yeah, I was looking at the Pro Invitational, right? The Riot Games 1 Pro Invitational. They didn't play like they were up against 4 very good teams.
Yeah, there was decent teams in there. Yeah,
they got like a good amount of rounds versus each of them. They only like lost 8-13 to Fnatic is what I was looking at, which is not dreadful.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I haven't seen anything good out of the team. I would say, top of F, bottom of D. I haven't seen anything to make me think otherwise.
I agree. Jump around. Vitality. Let's go Vitality.
Solid B.
I think B. I don't think you can make arguments that they can step up into tier 1
they're not on the same
of,
level as like Fnatic or Navi or anything like that. But
I agree.
Good. They have really they have really surprised me in terms of the players that they have, how well they've been doing.
I agree.
But at the same time, I haven't they're not amazing, right?
Yeah.
They're surprisingly good, but not amazing.
Feels like a pretty easy one. Fnatic.
Yeah, top of A, bottom of S.
I was gonna say they're S tier for me. I think like they're not.
Fine,
they feel like a shoe-in my eyes. I don't really feel like there's too much discussion. However, they've looked a little bit shaky, but I think overall, I think they'll be.
They look a little shaky. That's why I'm thinking maybe top of A, but at the same time,
I think
just as easily S.
I agree. Gen G.
D.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the most
upper D.
Yeah, I was gonna go at the most C.
Yeah, but I think there are a lot of teams other than that I would put C.
In C. I was looking for it now.
There are teams that I think are better than them that I would put in C. So
should put them in D. Yeah, I'll put them in D. Go
on. D for now. We can move them up if we.
Yeah, we can maybe a little look at the end. Koi.
Lower B, upper C.
I was gonna say C personally. I think Wolfen's pretty good, but I just don't like.
As they've had decent results, but at the same time, I mean, there's nothing insane about them.
Exactly. I think there's more standout potential.
Yeah, I mean, middle of the road. So I don't mind B or C.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Paper X.
B.
I agree. I think they got shafted with their seeding because they just start off with C9.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll come to the Pickems.
Exactly.
Then we can go Paper X are going to get fucked. But yeah, no, I think as a team, yes. I think
yeah. Edward Gaming. They're fun. They're fun, but they're not good. Like they're just not good. Like let's be realistic here.
There are two Chinese teams here, and they are not the good one.
Yeah, exactly. They're a fun team
when I say
name,
good,
but
when I say good, I mean good for
loose term. Loose term is what you mean.
Yes.
I think that region's going to get really strong now. It's got it's been
I think they will, over time, they will get strong.
Yeah,
right now, neither of their teams are incredible.
Exactly. With the recent changes and things being like allowed, in China or whatever, I think, we could
obviously, there. Look, putting. I think when we come to FPX, we'll talk about that for a sec. But I think no matter what, it's not a. It's not a bad thing that they're at the bottom of this tier list because they have had a late start as a region.
Yes,
they haven't been involved in Riot events up until very recently, and
I mean we can talk about FPX now, right? We can just go straight on to them.
Yeah, go for it. I would put them D.
Well, I'd say high end of D though. I feel like they've got the cream of the crop in a way, right?
Yeah, they're the best Chinese team.
Exactly.
I think China is going to grow incredibly quickly as a region. They haven't really. China hasn't really ever had like a massive FPS.
It's just because they can't because they're not allowed. Like
a lot of the games are banned a lot of the time.
Yeah, you can play CS:GO, but it's called the Perfect World version, where like it doesn't show skulls or there's no blood. And obviously CS is like 18 plus or whatever, so that makes the game very tough. So it struggles to get a proper good following. So I think Valorant, because it is family friendly, it actually can thrive.
I think
they've been in desperate need of an FPS. Is one way to put it.
We'll see, but I think D for now. We can. But that's not a disrespect thing towards China. I think they've just had a rough go of things with their government's disallowing of certain video games.
I agree. Rex Regum.
F.
Yeah. You hate to say it. That I feel like just generally that whole like region, that whole like the APAC, a lot of them are going to struggle. But the thing is, they have a couple of individuals that are pretty good though.
We'll come to stuff because I think Talon are actually going to be very good.
I think Talon are pretty good. I think also as well. I think that there's a lot to like in tier 1 in T1 as well. So. It's not all bad. I think even Zeta have a couple of things that you can maybe be like, okay, all right. Well, I can see what they're cooking, but we're going low D or high F.
F, yeah.
F, yeah. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. Furia.
middle of the road for me.
C?
Somewhere between B and C. I'm happy with a C. Yeah.
I was gonna throw out a C. I don't actually mind this team, and I watched a couple of their games.
I think they're actually. I think they're the worst Brazilian team.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But I think
they're probably the worst South American team.
Which
is
that
wild.
region's so stacked, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right?
The thing is, though, I think that they are very enjoyable to watch. Like, it's so different, but that makes it quite fun to me. So I watched a couple of their things today, because obviously when I knew we were kind of doing this sort of thing, I wanted to have a little scope around, and some of the teams that I maybe haven't seen too much of, like quite a few of the APAC teams where I've watched the odd thing here and there, but not a lot, or like some of the newer names in South America, like, you know, Fury coming through. I had a little watch. I mean, they're quite entertaining. I was eating my dinner, having a little watch, and thinking, okay, I can see what's going on there. But are they going to compete? Probably not, really. No. So, no, I agree. But I mean, what can you do? Speaking of that region, Loud.
S.
Yes.
Easily.
Yeah. I think. Well, maybe. I think I saw a lot of people actually saying, you know,
they haven't done anything since Champions, but they were amazing at Champions.
I saw a lot of people say, though, you know, obviously with the changes, like obviously they got the two like unproven, like two on land unproven new additions. But that's the only thing for me. I was personally going to say high A just because it's a risk in terms of the two. The core's like obviously phenomenal. The changes, maybe they lost a couple of the big hitters, which is fair enough.
Okay.
So Stacey Pancada. I was going to go with like
very high A.
Yeah. That's what I was going to put high A. It's in the same way that C9's a high A.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just because the two new boys, they're on land, they're not that much experience, but they look talented. Is what I was going to like. Is the way I was going to lean there. Crew. Now, this is an absolute eclectic mix, might I say, of nationalities here.
C but above Furia.
Agreed.
Or lower B.
I think C's good. I think C feels middle of the road.
They weren't inspiring at home grounds.
Yeah, and it's also it's just again like the
actually
reason.
because if we're putting Vitality at B, then they're C.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like Vitality, Sentinels at B. I feel like they're just not on the same level. Liquid.
Oh man, everybody loves this roster. And I think they're a C tier team.
Okay, I was personally gonna say B.
B is fine.
Like low end of B, just because I think Nats alone brings this level of like that winner's mentality. Soulcast I quite like as well, but I don't think he's like.
I want to love it.
Yeah,
it's just not like. Hold on, let me.
Everybody looked at this and looked at the org and be like, oh my god, Liquid huge org, and they've obviously had previous success, but
home ground they did not look good.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to like, but we just haven't seen it yet. That's the only thing.
They got through the group stage relatively unscathed, and then in the they lost to Crew 2-0. Yeah. Like,
also the only other thing as well for Liquid that I don't like is, aren't their roles just like a mess? Like,
yeah, they kind of are. Yeah,
they're just so scuffed to me, and like that's the thing that worries me is like, how are they going to make this work? Like, is the thing that was like my sort of question mark. I still think on raw talent alone that they're in the B tier, just because all of these guys like tier 1 or the vast majority tier 1, they've got that experience under their belt, so that would be enough to carry them against the guys that were tier 2 and now come up. But anything further than that, I think, is a massive stretch. Like low end of B is where I was going to sort of lean.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. Navi. S tier. It's got to be right. It's got to be. I would actually say above Fnatic, in my opinion. I would say Navi. I would say
definitely.
Maybe if you actually were going to order them, 100 Thieves number 1, 100 Thieves Navi and 2,
Navi like very close together, number 1, number 2.
Yeah, and then Fnatic 3 in what we've done kind of so far. NRG.
Actually, A-ish. High B, low A. I would say above Sentinels.
Do you know what? I actually agree. We could even maybe put them in the low A. I can give you the I can give you that. I like Crashies. I like Som.
I mean,
obviously those boys have been around for ages, and Arda's leading it now, right? It's a genius. So
like it's a winning.
Yeah.
I don't see. Look, I don't know how it'll go, but it's in my opinion better than. I mean, look, Optic beat Sentinels how many times since?
Exactly. That no, I.
So yeah,
I'm with you. Team Secret.
C, but not like a bad C.
I gotta admit, I don't know that much about this team. I watched a little bit.
It's not changed.
Exactly.
They made Masters once.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of them recently. I can't remember what the tournament was. It was like something local. And you know what? They looked okay, but I didn't know how that translated internationally. That's the only thing.
They played the Valorant India Invitational.
That's
recently.
it.
I remember that. And that was against what other franchise teams? Rex Regim and Paper Rex.
That was the one I watched.
They didn't look terrible.
Yeah, it was just for me when I was looking at it. It was just how does this translate internationally? Is what I always kind of look at it, and like, they looked okay domestically, but their region domestically is weaker than the rest, right? Yes. So then that's what's like the kind of worrying. Speaking of the region, Zeta division.
Again, middle of the road kind of thing. CB, yeah.
Above
C.
crew, below crew.
Above crew.
Above crew. Above Team Secret, below Team Secret.
Oh boy, above Team Secret just.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll keep Koi at the top end there. Or do we even keep Koi at the top end there? Or do you want Zay to be in top of C?
No, I'm happy Koi being above Zeta.
Okay. Well,
I think that's fine for me.
T1.
I personally think that's B. They're
okay. Yeah. They've got the cream of the crop.
Best Korean team, yeah.
Yeah, they've got all the bigger names, the big talent, right? So like you can definitely just look at that and be like, well, if we're putting the likes of basically the teams below them.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they go above Paper X, maybe. I can see.
The thing is, right? They didn't do amazing. They didn't do well at all at the Ludwig Tarek Invitational, but it was their first time playing as a team. It was Carpe's first time playing a Valorant event. So I think give that team time. It's going to be really good. It is the best Korean team. I think they will do really well. I think you just got to give them a second.
I agree.
Which I realise is incredibly hypocritical of me after saying that Sentinels deserve B tier because they were shit.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Leviathan.
Leviathan go A for me.
Okay. Reasoning.
I mean, they're just a solid. They obviously were solid at Champions, was where they played last, right? And they haven't really changed much about their team since then.
I agree. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really good South American team.
I like it. MIBR.
God, in Brazil, go B.
I was gonna personally say C.
Okay. Yeah.
Just with like some of the other South American teams, like obviously Fury is down here as well, but
I think
on the higher end.
Yeah, above Fury and Crew.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. The question is, do they go above Secret or Zeta? I think maybe Secret.
Yeah.
Zeta
not above Koi, but above Secret and Zeta, I think.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like B seems very high when we're making the arguments about like the likes of, you know, and like put it for me.
Just worried we're stacking too many in C. At that
point. But to be fair, actually, so far no, and also it's the middle of the road, right? So it kind of like it would have the median amount if you think about it. So I can kind of see that. Talon, I know you're a big fan. You're a big Talon fan.
I think they're a really, really sick SEO team. Yeah. I think B.
I can give you B.
Below everybody else on B.
Yeah. I can give you B. I agree. I actually like this team. I think they look pretty solid. Well, similar region, DRX.
A, easily.
Yeah.
Top of A.
Yeah.
Like below Fnatic. Wait, we put Fnatic and S, didn't we? Below Cloud9, but
above Loud.
Above everybody else. No, below Loud.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the only the debate is there, but I think the NRG and Leviathan I put DRX above.
DRX have always been a scary team. They will continue to be a scary team.
I agree. We're getting down.
Wait, did I call T1 the best Korean team?
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm an idiot. I mean,
they're
the most exciting. I think, but DRX are the best. Yeah, there you
go. Carmine Core.
Saving face. Carmine Core go B.
Do you know what? I think
it's on the same kind of level as Vitality.
Yeah. On namesake, I like this. Also, just seeing Navera and Scream together still brings joy to my heart. So I agree. I agree. Foot.
C. It's not an exciting team.
Yeah, I was actually even gonna throw out a D, but a high-end D, just because
I think they're better than BBL.
Yeah, I agree. But the reason being, is that
it's kind of spicy though. Yeah.
I liked them at VRL. I thought they were pretty solid, but they had this ability to sometimes just like not find their form. Okay. And I feel like against really regulated teams they would struggle. But I can give you low C, but it'd have to be a low C, I'd say, for it.
I would say let's see. What else have we put at C?
Koi, MLBR,
what have we got at
Zeta.
the bottom of C right now?
Crew, Fury, Foot. But we can come back and go through all of these like at the end, because we've got two more. May as well sort of finish them off.
Okay,
Heretics.
I mean, I would like to put that C as well, but how much are we stacking on C now?
C.
I'm happy to put them low B if we've got too much in C, because I could see them beating.
I like
some of the higher.
I like Avova. Only thing for me that does kind of like about this side is that
they didn't do well in the India Invitational.
Yeah, and also I feel like this team just revolves so solely around will Mixwell do well, and like if Mixwell doesn't do well, oh fuck.
Mixwell hasn't been amazing since
for a while.
The old days of G2.
Yeah, so I actually kind of want to put them in C.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with yeah. Okay.
I want to put them there. Okay, last one, Giants.
B, if we're doing Heretic C.
Where along the line do you want them though? I agree with B.
Relatively high.
I reckon I wouldn't put them above Liquid. Right. Actually, maybe I would.
Actually, above Liquid makes sense.
Yeah, I would. I kind of like Nuki and Rhyme for me alone on namesake.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly. Yeah.
I would. Okay. Now take a look at the stream. Look at where we are. Also, anyone watching as well, feel free to chime in on thoughts alone.
Okay. Let me
what are you feeling here? So S tier
got a good distribution.
S tier seems pretty locked and loaded. 100 Ds, Na'Vi, Fnatic. I don't think we need to change that. The only argument that people will definitely make is why aren't C9 up there? But
because they've been insanely disappointing.
Yeah, that's I think that's the only thing is like recently their results.
Got a great team that has just not done well.
But then again, actually, part of me wants to put them low S. If we're spacing out like this, have like 4 in S tier. Just if we're thinking of it in terms of, I would actually like them to be low S.
I don't like them being on the same tier level as 100 Thieves, Na'Vi, and Fnatic. But hey, you could make a case for that.
Yeah, the only reason I'm thinking about this is just because on namesake alone, best player in the world, some of the best role players as well. If they actually play the way we know that they can play, then they're S tier.
Yes, they have potential, 100% to be a top 3 team. But
I think maybe we should look at this on potential in a sense of like I want to have this kind of copium belief and say
if you're
that
doing
they weren't
it fully off of potential, then Sentinels is A tier. But
fuck Sentinels. I agree. No, but
true, but still.
What I want to say is I think for C9. I want to be under the copium belief that what we've seen for them so far, because it wasn't the real thing, they're just like, because this is what these guys were like in CS as well. When it wasn't the real thing, they would just fuck about. Like they would never take, like we know, like from personality alone, none of these guys take it seriously ever. Like when have they ever done anything serious? So part of me thinks that like they were like, also as well, I am a massive believer that these guys strat save heavily as well. I don't think anything. I even think there's a world in which Lock-In we might even see the full book come out. But
okay,
I think
I'm very happy for them to be S tier with the stipulation that they are not.
They're not there yet.
Yeah, no. This is the lowest of low S tiers because this roster scares me in how inconsistent they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That does make me unhappy.
A tier, you happy with that?
Yes.
Loud, Direct, Energy, Leviathan. I agree. I mean, I guess the only thing you can maybe say is moving Sentinels up into low A.
I kind of like the fact that we've got 8 teams in S and A tier, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's good. That's well-rounded.
It pleases the OCD.
Yeah.
And then also B and C is even. And then D and E is even.
This is really good. I like that.
Let's just keep it.
This is perfect,
should we agree? All right, cool.
This is perfect.
Ladies and gents, that's what we're going with. Do you know what? Should we tweet it as well? Should we say, like, What are your thoughts? This is what me and Twiggy have come. We worked together. Stream.
Who let us cook?
Who let us cook? It is Dream. You're absolutely spot on. Who let us cook? Let's do it. Me and
we're gonna get so much shit for putting Sentinels in B tier, bro.
I know. I can't wait. I actually can't wait. I'm gonna feed off it.
Oh my god.
Me and Twiggy made a tier list for tier 1 this year, just prior to hashtag VCT.
What else are we gonna get shit for in there? Let me think.
I reckon just domestic people will be like, "Oh my god, why have you put like foot here and not S tier? Shut up."
I think NRG A tier might piss a few people off.
Yeah, I think people will have a go at us about Liquid.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be Liquid
But people,
as well.
people will basically look towards the big names, like the big
I'm not going to
orgs.
lie. Hey, people might be pissed off about us with Liquid. I had Liquid at C tier in my little pre.
Yeah.
I did a little go through it and just like threw people in categories. I put Liquid in C tier.
It's all on the podcast. What do you guys think? Agree or disagree, and why?
I hope this goes on Reddit and we get fucking
good. That's what I want.
Reddit copers.
Yeah, go on, come at me, bro. There we go. We're gonna lock that one in. We'll lock that one in. And
we're such a fucking controversial duo of people.
I know. And I guess that quite nicely moves on to what is basically the last. Yeah, the Pickems. And I reckon we just start right from the top. Koi NRG. NRG, exactly.
Just about 2-1.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I think that would be...
Actually, I'm going to lock these in right now. There we go. NRG.
Do you know what? Cool. I'm going to grab the tier list and put it next to us. And then if we make any, like, where we're talking about upsets, we're like, ooh.
Okay.
Destination Giants.
Giants. Without a doubt.
Comfortable. Genji Loud. Seems pretty comfortable to say Loud. I'm going to take that one. That FPX Carmine Corp.
It feels so wrong to say FPX are going out in the first round after seeing them dominate EMEA for so long. But I think
Carmine Corp are taking that.
Carmine Corp are taking it,
Yeah, it's going to be a Scream Masterclass.
BBL DRX is pretty much a sweep for
DRX. A save for Cloud9 Paper X.
I mean, that's going to be a good fucking series, but I think Cloud9 do take it.
I think Cloud9 take it. Heretics EG. I think EG... No.
I think EG have a chance, bro.
I think EG potentially have a chance of maybe getting more than 7 rounds.
Talon is going to be such a good series.
I think Talon take it.
I think Talon take it, but it's going to be so good.
That's it. Okay, we'll go first round. We'll go across the first rounds.
Sure.
Liquid Secret. I reckon Liquid. I'm going to go there. Yeah. I think it's actually I think it was closer than people will give it. It's
that's going to be real close, I think.
But I'm going to go with Liquid. Navi Crew. I'm sorry, Crew. Navi are sweeping that comfortably. Yeah. Leviathan's Zeta is actually kind of spicy. I still think
Leviathan take it, but
yeah.
It's good. I'm excited to see Zeta again.
I just like watching Zeta, but I think Leviathan take that.
Vitality Global. After knowing all the
backstory, I can't want to go
global. I'm so sad to go Vitality. I'm so sad.
Low-key want to go.
He did set it up like we're gonna fucking. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I'm sorry. I have
to be realistic and go Vitality.
Yeah. But I would love to see Global take it just for the storyline.
You know what? I think this is gonna be my first upset. I think Rex Ringsham are gonna beat Foot. Look,
it's close, you know.
Upset, bro.
Actually, I would personally disagree.
Okay,
but
I'm gonna put it in my Pickems.
Do it in yours. I'm gonna go Foot here. I can't.
No, that's the realistic one. That's the realistic one.
I can't see a world. I just like that would like pain me. Like there's no way. Like just my goat Kiwi.
I don't know. I've got the intuition on that one. That something's gonna go wrong for Foot.
Actually, if we're doing our own ones, I'm going to go Global Vitality just for the storyline.
Okay, sure.
Global Vitality. 100 Thieves have taken out of game. Let's not be
that's first seed versus last seed. That's
Fnatic are beating Sentinels, in my opinion.
I don't think that's much of a problem.
Exactly.
T1 Furia.
I'm going to go T1.
T1,
yeah. And then I'll go back up to the top. NRG Giants. I think NRG take that. Yeah, I think NRG are the ones for that.
Loud, Carmine, Core, Loud.
I think Loud take that. DRX Cloud9 spicy. You could actually throw an upset out here. You're gonna go DRX?
100%.
Okay, I'm gonna go C9. Okay. Heretics Talon. I'm gonna go Talon.
Talon.
Yeah.
Na'vi, liquid, Na'vi,
yeah.
liquid.
Leviathan beat Global.
I'm going Leviathan, yeah.
Yeah.
100
Thieves beat Foot. I'm sorry, boys. And then
I don't think Rex Reach should be pulling it out against 100 Thieves. Dude. I'm not sure. Fnatic T1.
And
Fnatic
then, yeah. Okay, back up to the top again.
Qualifications, Loud.
Loud versus NRG. Oh, I could see an NRG upset, you know. I could potentially.
Dude. I'm going with Loud, but you do you, bro. You do you, brother.
I'm gonna go NRG. Fuck it. I'm gonna go NRG. I'm gonna say Cloud9 take down Talon.
I'm gonna say D-Rex take down Talon.
Okay, all right.
Na'vi, Leviathan.
I think
That's
Na'vi.
gonna be a good series, but Na'vi.
I think Na'vi take that. I'm gonna go Na'vi.
Oh, 100 Thieves Fnatic is gonna be so good.
That is a spicy.
Take it, but it's gonna be such a good series.
I'm also gonna go 100 Thieves as well. I think 100 Thieves are the slightly more comfy side.
Look at it this way. No matter what happens there, probably we get 100 Thieves Sentinels or 100 Thieves Fnatic. That's going to be amazing.
Either way,
100 Thieves T1 maybe, but even then, that's going to be great.
I think we can see some spiciness.
Submit Pickem. Form invalid. Why?
I haven't logged in, so I would need to log in. I'll do that later.
No, I'm logged in. Oh my god, I've got to redo it.
Let me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave that up. I can tweet that in a bit.
I've got to redo it. God damn it, man.
Damn it! See, I'm not gonna press anything just in case I break it. So, but yeah, that's what I'm going. I'll tweet this out as well. In a mere moment. But I think overall we might be coming to our conclusion. Senor Twiggy. I mean, that's what we're going. You've seen our Pickems. You've seen our tier list. That's where we stand. You know, we've kind of locked it in. We're locked and loaded. I guess we can see this off with what we've got. I mean, we're roughly kind of on the kind of 3 to 4 weeks an episode. Of course, I think the plan probably going forward is that we're gonna have potentially guests coming on as well. Hopefully, a couple of players, maybe even some local influencers or whatnot. Have a little talk through some lovely Valorant. I'm sure I can try and coax a Tombiz or Mitchman to come join us.
Sounds good.
But what have you got coming up next 3-4 weeks?
I've got more Trackmania. I've got more Valorant. I've got more Apex. All three.
Nice.
We're going for the whole love triangle.
There we go.
Yeah, lots of stuff. I'll be at the finals of ALGS.
So will I.
Hanging out in London. Lovely.
Yeah, if anyone's going to be in London for ALGS, I am there tomorrow, and by tomorrow I mean if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm there now at the time of the release. Thursday to Sunday, I'll be there. Drop me a message on Twitter. I don't know. That's probably the only place I'll see it. Drop me a message on Twitter. I might see it, maybe. Or at me. Or come and find me. Who knows? But everyone's in London. I'll be there. Twiggy will be there on the weekend as well. Should be pretty spicy. Get to watch my lovely Apex action.
Yep.
Can't go wrong, really. You really can't go wrong. Should be good fun. Anything else for the next 2-3 weeks?
No. Just again the grind set, innit?
Exactly. I love that. For me, got a fairly good amount of CS, as I kind of always do. Always have CSGO kind of ticking over. So I basically do CS at least a good 3-4 times a week for at least the next kind of 3 months minimum kind of thing. So if you fancy CS, I'll be doing quite a lot of CS. A lot of stuff ESL mainly. What else? Polaris, me and Twiggy and Polaris on the 6th and the 7th.
Yes,
so
sir.
Monday, Tuesday. If you fancy coming to watch some fantastic Northern Europe Valorant, swing by. You're not going to miss out. It's going to be pretty damn good, pretty damn spicy. So come say hello. It should be pretty good fun. But other than that, Valorant-wise, I say maybe a bit of insomnia if all goes to plan. But that's later down the line. I mean, who knows?
It's April, innit?
Who knows? But
Birmingham.
In Birmingham, just down the road from me, actually. I could probably actually walk to NEC from where I am now. So,
Jesus. I'm so sorry.
it's quite a nice area, actually. But yeah, aside from that, I think we are done and dusted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Before we go, I should give all the shout outs to people who have been here on the stream. Sam, it is Dream. Thank you for the sub and the 2 gifted. I do appreciate it. I've started the streaming life, recently. got a new PC now, so I actually can stream. So there'll be a lot more streams. If you are watching on Twitch, please do follow if you're new around here. Always good to see new faces. Thank you for stopping by. If you're on YouTube, go and follow the Twitch, because we will also now stream these as well. And we'll like interact with the people here and there. Go and follow Twiggy. All of his links, you can see it on screen now, and there'll be link below on YouTube as well. Twitch, the whole lot. You know, he does a lot of TikTok as well. You like your TikToks, you know? Delve in.
You like my TikTok?
Delve into the Twiggy TikToks. But yeah, we're all good. Thank you very much for following. It's been an absolute pleasure. Ladies and gents, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the good stuff. Love having you on. Love having you involved. For now, we will say goodbye. If you're around on the 6th and 7th, come watch us on Polaris. If you're in London this week for Apex, we'll also see you there. For now, though, we will bid you all farewell. Peace out.